Hey y'all, my name is DJ Robinson. I am the creator of the Plan for Keeps dating app built around compatibility games and video based speed dating. It's been a while since I've come on and shared my thoughts about dating and relationships, but figured the top of 2026 with a message would be a great time to speak about how we unconsciously program our minds and give our power away. I'm going to use the buzzing topic that has been going around for a lot of women lately on social media. And it's that these men will embarrass you. You give a man an inch with your feelings, your trust, your love, just for him to take that inch, stretch it out to 12, and will include everybody to watch you see how far you will allow him to go. If this has happened to you and you are one of the ladies running around social media saying this or in your head agreeing to that men will embarrass you, I have to ask, what did the situation make you look like? Was it a dummy, a fool, a pick me that wanted to be chosen into what you thought at the time was your best option? Instead of admitting these things or your true why out loud and taking some accountability and ownership of your mistake, you take the easy route of just saying that these men will embarrass you, taking all of your power from the situation or situations, which is cool if you decide you don't want a man anymore or have accepted for you that men ain't shit and rolling around with them with nothing attached works for you. But what if you're that woman that does want a healthy relationship with a man? What if you're that woman that doesn't want to be alone and believes deep down, despite all of the men ain't shit rhetoric and despite things that happened to you in past relationships, you still believe you can find your forever match? If this is you repeating past relationship trauma in your mind and taking on mantras like men will embarrass you, you are scientifically keeping your mind in the past and blocking your view to a new possibility, a new future. How is this scientific, you ask? I'll tell you. Your brain runs on predictive coding. The brain isn't primarily a truth machine like we all think. It's a prediction machine. It constantly uses your past experiences to predict what's likely to happen next so it can keep you safe. So, if you have been embarrassed, cheated on, played, or publicly disrespected before, your brain will try to prevent it from happening again by building a prediction like men will embarrass you. That prediction becomes a model your brain uses to interpret the future. What's scientific here? Once a prediction becomes strong, your brain starts looking for evidence to confirm it, even unconsciously. Trauma creates hypervigilance. Relationship trauma isn't just emotional, it creates a threat sensitivity shift in your nervous system. Your system becomes primed to detect disrespect, lies, inconsistency, abandonment, even in situations where the danger isn't actually present yet. The result of this, you don't date to connect anymore, you date to scan for danger. That's the science of the nervous system trying to keep you safe. This leads to repetition. Repetition strengthens neural pathways. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Every time you replay a painful story or repeat a belief, you're strengthening the brain circuit connected to it. So the thought men will embarrass you becomes faster, more automatic, more emotionally convincing. And because it's repeated with fear attached, your brain tags this as pay attention to this, which leads to confirmation biases. When you hold a belief like that, your brain filters reality. You'll notice every red flag, every mistake, every delayed text, every moment that could become humiliation. And you will overlook emotional safety, consistency, good intentions, repaired mistakes. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is doing its job. reducing uncertainty. So, yes, it blocks your view of new possibilities. This leads to the stress response, reducing your ability to see the future. When the brain is in threat mode, which is fight, flight, or freeze, the part of your brain that helps you plan, trust, imagine new outcomes, stay curious, think flexibly goes offline. This is why people who are anxious in love will say, I don't even know why I keep choosing the same type. It's because they're choosing from threat, not from vision.
Welcome back to Why You Still Single.
Because dating apps are trash.
You skipped every compatibility question and matched based on height. Kinda shallow, don't you think?
Maybe. But how can you rate a guy based on other things when you first meet?
Let's swap the spinner for a TV. Based on your choices in this show, I have the perfect dating app for you. Attractive? Sure? Self-aware? That's the real flex. Playing for Keeps hosts virtual dating games Fridays and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Talk first, flirt smarter.
I'll download the app since I'm looking for something deeper. But if you're on there, just know I won't be matching with you.
Men will embarrass you becomes a protective identity. At a certain point, it becomes more than a thought. It becomes a way to feel in control because the mind prefers a painful, familiar story over an uncertain new possibility. A hopeful future requires openness. But I know openness feels risky when you've been hurt. So the mantra keeps you safe, but stuck. So the solution, it isn't to ignore the past, it's to update the brain model. You don't have to stop being wise. You just have to stop being ruled by fear. The healthier model becomes some men embarrass women, but I can assess, choose, and respond with discernment. That keeps you aware without trapping you. Okay. So, with that being said, if you are someone who has been hurt by men and deep down inside you still believe there's a possibility for love, for you to find your person, or to have a deep connection with a man, I'm going to give you 3 science-backed tips to change your thought process, especially from men will embarrass you to I can choose better and stay open. Name the thought as a protective prediction, not the truth. When the thought pops up, don't argue with it. Label it. That's my brain trying to protect me. Or that's a trauma prediction, not a fact. Why this works. Labeling activates the part of your brain that regulates emotion and reduces reactivity. You go from believing the thought to observing the thought. Interpret the loop with a new question. This is 2. The brain loves absolute statements like always and never. So fight it with curiosity instead of men will embarrass you. Ask, what evidence do I have right now? Is this current reality or old memory? So go down that ladder when you're asking those questions. And then after you ask that question and you get that answer, what would a secure version of me do? Why this works? Why going through these questions work when you're trying to debunk an old belief? Questions reopen possibility and stop your brain from running old scripts automatically. And number 3, replace the mantra with a balanced belief and practice it. You don't want to fake positivity. That's not what I'm speaking about. You want a belief that your nervous system can accept. Try something like some people embarrass. I can choose wisely and protect my peace. Then practice it daily, not just when triggered. Why this works. Repetition rewires your default pathways. the same way repeating the old mantra built them. Now, if your body stays tense, your mind will struggle to change. So pair these tips with physical reset, long exhale breathing, 5 to 6 seconds out, shoulder drops, because a regulated body equals a more flexible mind. These tips will help you with undoing of the bad thought, but other things like setting good boundaries, knowing what you want and sticking to it, and knowing your self-worth will take you further along in this journey. You won't even engage with a man who would embarrass you once you really lock those things down as well. But in order to see a new future, you have to ground yourself in new beliefs, because you won't even see the man that would do you good because you're too stuck on the man that embarrassed you. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this little video helpful. For more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I will be coming out weekly with new videos. I am encouraging people to join our Facebook community where we will have discussions like this and where you will find my new podcast segment, Find You Fridays. I will be looking for guests from that group. Don't forget don't forget to hit subscribe, and until next time.